Okay, so the action starts in about 5 minutes. 4 minutes before people are allowed to join. There is also an accompanying poll asking you if participating in Hacktoberfest. Sure to fill that out. Two minutes for attendees. All right, are slowly filling in. So as always, I will give a couple of minutes for people to file in and get everything set up. Okay, welcome everybody. So I will be giving a couple minutes to give everybody time to join in, get set up. and all that technical jazz to get sorted out. But since we have only half an hour, I'll be starting at a little bit earlier than I would normally do. So in like 3 or 4 minutes. In the meantime, there is a accompanying poll to this talk, so make sure to fill that out on the Hacktober platform. So as there is chat and the top there's poll, so you click under that, there is questions for the speakers, and below that is a question for you. Okay, so we've got our first answer. So once again, waiting for people to filter in, get everything ready. And in the meantime, I would like to ask you all to fill out the poll that we have at the details about the talk. As there is chat, then on the top you will see there is another couple of tabs, polls, files and people. Under files, you also find the presentation slides if you want them. More answers coming in. Like 1 more minute till I start the presentation. Again, reminder, there is a poll on the Hacktober platform or under the chat. On the top there is also a couple more tabs. One of them is polls. First one is questions for the speakers, and the other one is I'm asking if you have ever participated in Hacktoberfest. One more minute to go. All right, then let us get started. So, looks like most of the people here have never participated in Hacktoberfest. So that is good. So I'll be able to tell you what all of this is about. And before we jump into any of it, a quick introduction time. So hi everybody, if you don't know me, my name is Jan Dvorak. You also might know me as Storyteller or Storyteller CZ on GitHub and other social media. I've been engaged with the Meteor community for quite a while, for Meteor community packages from the very beginning. And I've been with Meteor since 2015. One of my projects is called Meteor Universe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm also a freelance contractor, so feel free to contact me if you need any help with Meteor. All right, so what is Hacktoberfest about? That's what the main purpose of this talk. I'll go over some history, how to participate, how to get all that stuff sorted out, and things what not to do so that you don't get banned. Because sadly, there have been a couple bad people in the past. So this year's is 8 years Hacktoberfest. It's a month-long celebration of open source. The idea is to encourage people to contribute to open source in various ways, with the main focus being code contributions, so pull request. And if you fulfill certain criteria, you get a t-shirt and some swag from sponsors. Kind of related to this, this is also why we host Meteor Impact at this time of the year, because it's right in the middle of Hacktoberfest. So there is an additional opportunity for you to contribute to Meteor as well. So it was started in 2014 by DigitalOcean and GitHub. And since last year, repositories have to opt in, which I'm going to show you how to do. And that's mainly because there has been an increase of spam, of people who just create a script that just spams multiple repositories with automatic pull requests, or people are just like fixing one typo, and that's not what this is supposed to be about. And this year we had also GitLab added to this entire thing. And now four instead of 3 PRs are now needed to successfully fulfill Hacktoberfest challenge. And there's also now a maintainers pack as well. So how do you get around to this? So first of all, you need to sign up on the Hacktoberfest website, which is hacktoberfest.digitalocean.com, or you can just search it via Google or DuckDuckGo. Then you create and submit for pull requests to participate in projects. Note of this, Meteor and Meteor community packages, all of the repositories are included in this. Then you need to get your PRs either merged or have a label Hacktoberfest accepted. And then you will wait for 14 days for the Hacktoberfest staff to confirm that it's not a spam or something that should not be accepted for Hacktoberfest. And voila, and then you just select, add in your address, and you will get your swag. So things, or what you should not do is, as I already mentioned, are automated and scripted PRs, spam or text or typo fixes that don't really fix anything, or just do some reformatting, like prettifying the code, and just like simple single typo fixes. We had a couple of those for the guide and for Meteor as well. So please don't do that. That's just going to make you a hindrance, and that's not something that we want during Hacktoberfest. Another big thing is taking over other people's branches, and then kind of doing some little bit extra and submitting a PR and making it looking like your own stuff. That's also not allowed. And as you can probably guess from all of these rules about what not to do, it is because somebody has done it. And I think that's kind of the sad state of the world when there's question, why cannot we have nice things? And usually the answer is because there are people who are going to abuse it. But let's talk about more cheerful things, and let's actually show you how things look. So this is the Hacktoberfest website. You click Start Hacking. If you are just starting up, then it will ask you to connect with GitHub or GitLab. And in other case, it will just do it automatically. And then you will get your profile. You can see that I'm already halfway through to my goal, and I have 10 others in progress. So, and here you can see all of my pull requests that got accepted or stuff like that. Some of them are still waiting to get merged or accepted. And then you see that there is like this waiting period, in which if just 14 days, in which case, it's being checked that they, follow the rules of Hacktoberfest. And if not, then they get rejected. And if everything is fine in the 14 days and nobody complains about it, then we'll then get this nice check mark that it got accepted, and it will move forward. So there are other resources, there are events as well going on. And here we go, here is Meteor Impact as well. So yeah, that's also why we are here. And there are also other frequently asked questions and many other things. And also, as always, asking you to donate to open source. But before we get to that, I also want to show you how to enable your repository for Hacktoberfest. So here we have a newly added repository for Meteor community packages. So click this. So now I need to go down here. Make myself smaller. So we'll click this About Settings button, and on the topics, you can see already pre-filled Hacktoberfest, save changes, and you're done. That's how you enable a repository for Hacktoberfest. So I do believe that now Jan Kuster, since he opened this 2 days ago, this pull request should be visible on his profile as part of Hacktoberfest. So that's a very short, quick way what Hacktoberfest is all about. That's also why we chose the date for Impact to be as is, right here in October, because it kind of fits in nicely to what everybody else is doing. And if you kind of want to sponsor, or I would highly encourage you to sponsor, one of the many contributors to Meteor part of, or open source part of the Meteor and the community packages. I'm here because sadly, it takes a lot of time to develop this, and any financial help is really appreciated. And in some cases, like in case of my sponsorship, there are certain benefits that will stack up the more people there are. So it's always also nice that you might be able to kind of get to some interesting things as well. So that's, again, that was what Hacktoberfest is about. And now I would like to open it to your questions that you might have about this, or comments, or anything like you would like to share, some horror stories with Hacktoberfest or the opposite by us. And can also, final question for everybody, you can write into chat. Any of the chats is, if you try to participate. And as for Jan's question about where did I get my Meteor t-shirt, that's a speaker award for last year Meteor Impact. We always try to get something to the speaker. So if you want to speak for at Meteor Impact, afterwards, if you are interested, we ask for addresses and sometimes t-shirt size, depending on what we have from our sponsors and from Meteor software. We can then send out some, swag and t-shirts and whatnot. And I also have some stickers as well for Meteor. So that's one of the small benefits of speaking at Meteor Impact. As for what you get for participating in Hacktoberfest, it's usually a Hacktoberfest t-shirt. Then let me just make myself bigger for you to see. Also can get these little things under your, mugs and stuff like that. So that's one of them, and you get also stickers as well. And that depends on, again, what are the sponsors. And this year, I think there is also an option that they are going to instead sponsor planting a tree for you. So that's one option that you have this year as an extra. And it's not just for Hacktoberfest about coding. There are also other options, writing documentation, hosting events that can get you to the swag, but it's mostly about helping, being part of the community and doing something fun. So organizing events, mentoring others, stuff like that, and just celebrate open source and have fun. So, and obviously the sponsorship is growing, so you might witness this on other sites as well. Major sponsors has been kind of extended from just a lone operation by DigitalOcean and GitHub to also include Intel and GitLab this year, Open Collective, and so on. So it's getting better every year. Right, another round for question, and also please let me know in the chat if you are planning either A, next year speak at Meteor Impact, or B, participate in Hacktoberfest in any shape or form, or see if you are leaving that Hacktoberfest for next year. So please write in the chat about that. And one thing, if you contribute this year, we'll make sure that all of the pull requests get a review. And even if we don't merge it because of, we are releasing a new version and we don't want anything you merge or stuff like that, or if it needs more work, we're still going to add a special tag on the pull request, which is Hacktoberfest accepted, which will make that pull request accepted by Hacktoberfest. All right, I'm still waiting to hear from you what you are going to do with, if you're going to speak at Impact and or your stance towards Hacktoberfest. I have all my chats open, so feel free to post anywhere you would like. Give you a few moments to type. or if anybody wants to speak or ask me a question, I can invite you as speaker on, so raise your hand. Be more than happy to do that. Don't be shy. Now let me know what you're thinking and your plans. All right. Well, since you seem to be too shy to respond, guess I thank you now for your attention. It's time for us to say goodbye to this presentation and move to the next one. So once again, thank you for your attention, and I hope that I will see you participate in Hacktoberfest or Impact either this year or next year. And I'll see you in the next session. Bye-bye.